13 practices are complete at Saints training camp as we look towards the weekend and the first preseason game against the Kansas City Chiefs. This is the Saints training camp report. I am Todd Graffagnini. This is Erin Summers. Erin, team worked inside again today as we look to the Superdome tomorrow. More on that in just a little bit, but what were your thoughts on today's practice?
There's a lot more situational work done in today's practice, a lot of red zone work. They were working on their substitutions in and out under time constraints. So we saw a lot of good work, a lot of really good throws and catches to Chris Olave. He was doing work out there today.
Yeah, Olave continues to be a very steadying force on the wide receiver front, and after a 1,000-yard season a year ago, looks to improve that even more this season. Here's head coach Dennis Allen.
I think Chris is really coming along. I think he's improved a lot. You know, it's been good to see him make some of those contested catches that we've talked about. He's still a great transitional route runner at the top of the route. There's a reason why we went up and got him in the draft. We feel like he's got a chance to be a really good receiver in this league, and I think he's proven it.
In year two, one area of Chris Olave's game that he wanted to improve on was his contested catches, and he clearly has. It's been something he's done very well throughout camp, caught several of them today. He was catching over defenders, battling to the ground, holding on to balls, so it's been really impressive to watch. Here's Chris Olave.
Oh yeah, that was big for me. Just trying to stay fast, which is a big part of my game, and stay quick. I feel like just gaining that weight, not getting too big, but trying to get to a better size. I feel like I'm playing at a heavier weight, and I feel a lot bigger on the field. So I'm definitely ready for the season and what it has for me.
Someone else who has returned to more familiar territory is Saints legend, of course, and world champion, former offensive guard Jari Evans.
Evans is working almost exclusively with the offensive line and offensive line coach Doug Marrone. He's bringing a ton of expertise, and a lot of the players have talked about how much they've enjoyed talking to him, seeing his perspective on the line.
Yeah. Ja's been awesome. He's a great help to our whole offensive line room, but especially the young guys, because he's been there, he knows, and he makes things easily digestible, just kind of making it like compartmentalizing it and making it easy to understand and easy to like put it in terms where you can go and you can perform right on the field right now. And obviously he was an all-time great player here for the New Orleans Saints, and I'm very, very grateful to have him in our room and helping us out all the time.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing because you got a guy of that caliber in your room that was one of the best to do it, and it's really neat to see, you know, his thoughts on things compared to how you're thinking about it. And as offensive linemen, so many times you can hear something a different way and make it click a lot better. So, you know, we can hear Doug say something 5 or 6 times and it not click, and Ja comes over and says, well, when I was a player, I was thinking about this. This is how I would get off and what I was thinking with my punch immediately. And it's like, oh, that makes so much more sense. So it's really neat being able to pick that and see what, you know, his thoughts on angles and punches and sets and stuff like that is as well.
The light at the end of the tunnel is finally here. The Saints are headed to the Caesars Superdome for a workout on Friday.
They are practicing in the Dome on Friday because they're playing in the Dome on Sunday against Kansas City in the first preseason game. Head coach Dennis Allen always likes to get the team out there to check out the turf. They re-turf it every offseason, so they want to kind of get a good feel for how things are going to be on Sunday.
There's a new turf out there, so we're going to get a little bit of a feel for that. You know, let everybody, you know, we got some new players, so let everybody get in and get a sense for what the dome's like, the lighting, all those types of things. Still a lot of situational work tomorrow. Some of these guys that have never been here, probably get them over there and let them take a look at the locker room just so they know the lay of the land. And, you know, so when it comes Sunday, it won't be the first time they've ever been in there.
Well, we mentioned former St. Germain Bushrod going to be in the house on Friday. Also another rumor that a certain quarterback who wore number 9 here in New Orleans and won a world championship will be there as well. Drew Brees, who's in town for Pickle Fest. He's playing pickleball with John McEnroe. He's going to be at practice on Friday as well, Erin.
It's going to be a lot of fun to see a bunch of players out at practice. I think the current players get excited when they have a chance to talk to some guys that, yes, have won a Super Bowl themselves.
No doubt about it, and we will be there in the Caesars Superdome tomorrow for our next edition of the Saints Training Camp Report. That's Erin Summers. I'm Todd Graffagnini. We'll see you Friday, the Saints Training Camp Report, right here on Your View.